easily, but we'll see if High Voltage can do something about it.
Yeah, and as we jump into the game here in a little bit, regular gamers did switch their names. It is the same players: Leon, Tacky, Tax, Rain, coming in for today. They have changed their names slightly to Tacky, Neo, Fax, and Drain, in case you didn't catch that. But some great players for regular gamers. I think the question for me is, will they feel any nerves? Because if they drop a game to High Voltage, I think that possibly could be it. That could be game over. No playoffs. It's still, of course, possible, but it makes the road that much harder. So will those nerves come in? How are they feeling? Will they have that mental strength to win all 3 games? Because Splatoon matches, they are very quick. They're very close, and you never know. It's easy to lose one game off of one slip up. So we'll see. Will regular gamers actually get the 3-0 they need? Will High Voltage spoil it for them? We are ready for game number 1. Let's jump on to the reef. Alright, we are ready for game number 1 here in the turquoise. Is going to be High Voltage. In the orange is going to be regular gamers. Swifty, what are you seeing out of these teams coming out for the reef?
Well, actually very similar comps, with having an armor weapon here with the NZAP and the Junior on each side. Very quickly going down, though, is a player on High Voltage.
Yeah, Rose Gates, some nice picks there.
Yeah, very good. We'll see how they do this.
Not going to stay alive forever. Fax, a.k.a. Tax, getting a couple kills. Already, regular gamers, it just seems like that Splattershot Junior painting advantage is really working out for them, especially with the NZAP going down. They're getting a lot of control out there.
Already almost have their armor here, and getting a second one already in almost a minute. Have the armor, and they pop it.
Some great kills there from Fetus, but he's going to go down. Regular Gamers still hold the zone. It doesn't seem like High Voltage, while they can get the picks, is getting the control they need to actually take this zone back over.
Yeah, and as I've talked about before, paint is where it is at on this map. You can see 2 zones in the middle. Just, you got it, paint them both, and just, you can see them take the regular gamers taking advantage out here with having a very painty comp with the dually sculptures and the Splattershot Junior.
Yeah, Tacky getting a couple of kills there. Pretty key for regular gamers holding this zone. They have now completely... No, they have 2 up still, but High Voltage are going to lose out, and I think that could be the game unless they get back here very quickly. JVC going down, and I think this is disaster for High Voltage. It is looking like a 100-0 win for the regular gamers.
Yeah, the bomb rush really going to seal it out here, and I think that's going to be it.
All right, Zach, now that you're back just in time to see regular gamers win.
I reappeared.
Dominating win for regular gamers. They need all 3 of those. Getting that first one's got to feel good, especially in that dominating of fashion. It didn't seem like High Voltage even had a chance. Even with a couple picks here and there, it was looking good every once in a while. But they could never even cap the zone once, and that makes me worried that this team, while they can get kills, can't get the objectives.
Yeesh. I did watch that game from the toilet.
Great.
It was a good time.
What were your thoughts of that?
I don't know. It was actually pretty rough in there. Something didn't agree with my stomach.
Oh my gosh.
So that's my thoughts on it.
Who hired you as a commentator? You're lucky you're part owner. You'd be fired.
Yup. Well, guys, white privilege right here.
Oh my gosh. Swift, I don't know how many regular gamer matches you've been able to watch over the season, but would you agree with me that every week it seems like this squad is just getting a little bit better and a little bit better each time and time? And I don't know, do you agree with that, or do you think it's just that High Voltage can't match up?
I definitely agree with that. I know that they played last season. I know they did pretty well last season, but I feel like they're just getting better and better with these even better teams in this season, just building off each other, getting better compositions. You could see them completely dominate and wall off High Voltage last game.
Yeah. And Zach, I know regular gamers, for you, at the beginning of the season, because of season 1 was so dominating, you're like, this is the team, they're going to make it again.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, in the first couple of weeks, if you guys weren't watching, we saw them slip. We saw them at 3 and 6 at one point.
Yeah.
And I think they maybe had a bit of a wake-up call after that week 3 when they were down that far. From then, they seem pretty dang determined to get to the playoffs, to not let this opportunity slip up.
Yep.
And I'm excited to see them keep playing. We are now ready for game number 2. Can they make it happen again? Now's the time to prove it. We're going to the Humpback Pump Track. Let's jump into it. All right, we're going to jump into tower control. We got high voltage in the yellow. We have the regular gamers in the purple color here today. Whew, what are you guys seeing out of these teams you want to highlight?
The Kensa 52 gal for me. I think that's going to be really important, as the Booyah Bombs can just immediately get people off the tower. But from regular gamers, a Luna Blaster and a sloshing machine being able to do the exact same thing.
Sloshing machine already paying off. A couple kills there by Rain, not Drain, as they changed their name. And looking to play very aggressive. They're getting picks in their base already, and we're just 30 seconds into the game.
Sheesh. Yeah, we're seeing something crazy. I know this chat pointing out regular gamers, half of regular gamers is different. I think that there's still something special about LK leading that group that still makes them something of what they were before. And I think that it's showing now how great of a leader LK has been. And that he's taken really seriously what they want to do, and that they're proving that in checkpoint 3 and a KO. Sorry, my point. Yeah, cool.
You can't make a point when they're going to win the game in 30 seconds. I mean, you could see all their players, Rain, Leon. I mean, they were just inside the base. I think Tax was there as well. They were in the base, pushing them back from moment 1. I mean, unfortunately, high voltage, only 2 picks there, and it was pretty rough for them to do really anything in that matchup. And regular gamers taking game 2 in style.
So far, this feels like the yin to last week's yang of last week, seeing crazy 2-1 matchups, lots of back and forth. We're seeing just today.
Yeah, and I think that's what you want to see, though, out of the last 2 weeks. You want to see your playoff teams really push those other teams. I hate to say it down, but I mean, that's what
You're
they're
right,
doing.
though,
You have,
for sure.
If you want to make playoffs, you have to prove yourself against these lower teams. It's those teams that lose a game, and that's what I was talking about with Translucents. I'm afraid for them because they lost 1 game to high voltage, even if it was kind of a fluke Rainmaker thing. Yep. Still losing 1 matchup to these lower teams could potentially make your record 1 game worse. Yep. And just like that, your dreams are dead. So.
Yep.
I'm seeing in the chat, Black Vader, 3-0 prediction for RG. That's pretty easy prediction to make when you already see them win 2 games. Yeah. But I'm still liking it. Good stuff there. Oh, man. Well, we are just a little bit away. I don't want to slam, though, high voltage. I think they are a good team, but I think we're seeing some of the same problems we've said before. They have a hard time staying alive. They have a hard time getting to the objective points. And as you called out, Swift, they just don't seem to be painting well enough either for that map control.
Well, I see something that they're getting a lot of picks here, but they're really not pushing the objective far enough to where they can actually get points off this. And that's really what Splatoon is, especially in tower control, where you have a constant objective. Yep. You kind of just have to stay there. But I feel like their Splatoon games was a little bit better, being able to control more area.
Yeah. Well,
but
we'll see if they can pull it off. Cosby, thank you for the gifted 1 sub to Peach Gaming to celebrate RG's victory. Can they get the 3rd victory here? We're going to jump straight into Wahoo World. All right now we got high voltage in the blue. Regular gamers looking for game number 3 here in the green. Can they do it? I'm liking what I'm seeing already. 2 bamboozlers. Swift, is that genius or is that a little bit of BM maybe coming out from them?
it's very interesting. I've never actually seen this before. Well, This is a very strong map mode for the Bamboozler, so it makes a little bit of sense. But double tennises and Clam Blitz, we'll see how this goes. Already going down, though.
Yeah. High Voltage do get the early control as they get 2 picks right off the bat, and another one, Tacky. Can they convert this into an actual score, though? That's what we've been talking about with High Voltage. 2 going down, and just like that, it seems to be going straight the other way.
I remember a while ago a Nasty Majesty team comp that was 2 Bamboozlers, 2 N-Zaps. Is that correct?
Yeah, that did happen.
And it worked. It was actually kind of special.
They barely did win that game. I don't know if it worked, but they did barely win.
I think it worked. I think it was something cool. And we'll see. We'll see if Regular Gamers is able to pull off kind of a crazy win. Not a crazy win, but a dominant win.
Yeah, they're getting the kills, but JGC has something to say about that. At least getting some picks back here on this 52 gal. Can they get the paint though? Can they get clams? It seems like Regular Gamers are creating lots and lots more super clams than High Voltage has been able to do so far.
Now we got the Booyah Bomb hanging out in the middle, and actually quite a bit of blue paint on that right now.
Yeah, they finally get their first super clone too. Rose is gonna get that one. And can they get the score? They have 2 now. Both sides getting a lot of claims. This is going to be a huge push for one way or another. High Voltage does have 1 player go down right there.
I would say the most important player, because I feel like the armor is very needed here. Because making a push against 2 Bamboozlers where they can just one-shot you if you step in ink, armor can help you just get 2-shotted. So I think that armor is going to be very helpful if they can just have it all the time.
So 3 go down for Regular Gamers. Luckily, Rain is there on the Bamboozler to make a stop. So somehow, luckily, even in a 3v1, somehow Regular Gamers has defended for at least now.
Jeez, we got three footballs right now from High Voltage. And, one of them goes down. And, 2 of them go down.
And this is just the story of High Voltage. A chance with picks and power to get the super clamps, to get the objectives, but then they fall short before they actually get the points that they need.
Indeed. Oh man, yep, and we see here Regular Gamers opening that base up, 3 down on High Voltage, and Booyah Bomb's coming out. This might be their team.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting points after points, tacky throwing and more. They just need to pick up those last clams. If Leon or someone else can get there, they might be able to get the KO. Either way, a huge push, a huge lead. Drain does pick up the last 2. He's gonna get there just in time.
Oh, nice work!
Regular Gamers with the 3-0 quick work of High Voltage. That's what we like to see from our teams vying for playoffs, is just a dominating fashion. High Voltage, they did get some work done. They got the kills, they got the super clams, but they were never able to score.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I mean, you can even see right there, High Voltage, almost the same amount of KA, a little less than Regular Gamers, but 0 score, and it makes me feel bad because I feel like if they just had a little more coordination, if they had a little maybe better team comp with more paint, they would be able to get these points done. But unfortunately, they're laying a fat 0 on that map, and it felt a little bit bad, but High Voltage, hang in there, keep working on it, keep practicing. I think if you guys get more coordination, you'll do a little bit better. But right now, Swift, tell us about Regular Gamers. Tell us why they're able to get this quick 3-0 over High Voltage.
Well, one thing I noticed while watching this is they had a Bamboozler flank. The Bamboozler flanked around and was kind of just waiting, picking people out of spawn as they were coming down. I think it was Rain. Just chilling up there, kind of right behind the clam basket. And they was able to get more clams for Regular Gamers to put them in to get a bigger lead and a bigger push.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if Regular Gamers can continue their skill, continue their luck. They got the 3-0. They are now tied with Nasty Majesty for that 4th place spot, I believe, at 11-7. If they can get another wipe in this next series over Ink Kings, they're got to be feeling good. I think that would not lock them in, but put them real close for that 4th place spot. Can they get it done? We're going to see on the other side of the break, I think, a much closer matchup against Ink Kings. We're pretty excited.